Talbott Vineyards was started in 1982 by Robert Talbott. His parents started the Robert Talbott Clothing Company in 1950, and it was the trips to Europe for linens and silks. They came back to Carmel Valley and decided to start a winery because they saw a lot of similarities there. Rob planted the Diamond Tea Vineyard on his Diamond Tea Ranch in 1982, which really marks the founding of Talbott Vineyards. Now, when we were first getting started, Rob, such a small vineyard, had to be getting fruit from other places. So he started sourcing fruit from the Sleepy Hollow Vineyard, which was originally planted in 1972. Sleepy Hollow Vineyard, the fruit quality that comes from there is absolutely fantastic. It's been praised as a Grand Cru vineyard of California. So when he had the opportunity to, in the early 90s, Rob acquired the Sleepy Hollow Vineyard and then built the winery as it is today on that property, which really marks us becoming a 100% estate-grown winery in the Santa Lucia Highlands. Our Sleepy Hollow Vineyard is located at the northern tip of the Santa Lucia Highlands in Monterey County. The Sleepy Hollow property is about 600 acres with 565 planted to vine. The deep Monterey Bay creates a very cool marine layer that blankets our vineyard every single evening, cooling it down and allowing the vines to really thrive in a true cold climate.
The Sleepy Hollow Vineyard is located in the coolest possible part of an already very cool climate appellation. What that gives us is one of the longest growing seasons in the entire area. So we can really ripen and make Chardonnay and Pinot Noir in one of the greatest areas of the world, really vintage after vintage. And for a winemaker, this is a wonderful thing to have to work with. It gives me a chance to practice my craft at the highest level with grapes grown in one of the most perfect places on earth. I've been surrounded by wine my entire life. Being a native of Monterey County, that's one of the great aspects of the area. I've worked up and down the Salinas Valley for my 20 years of winemaking. I've literally worked with almost every vineyard in the area. I've been coming to Talbott since I was a young man, and I would stop in and visit and meet with the various winemakers and taste the wines. So being able to work here is definitely fulfilling a dream and part of my history. When making fine wine, so much of it is about philosophy. I view wine as a teeter-totter of sorts, and that balance point, that fulcrum, is the intensity of the fruit. So when you talk about a wine being balanced, it can have acidity, it can have tannin, it can have oak, it can have all of these things, but only to the extent that the fruit is there to support it. At the Talbott Vineyard, Sleepy Hollow, we have the benefit of having beautiful, cool climate Chardonnay and Pinot Noir that has great hang time and great intensity of fruit. And that really gives me every option to take our 3 Chardonnays and our 3 Pinot Noirs and push them apart in style, but have them be balanced and elegant every single time. The Sleepy Hollow Chardonnay and Pinot Noir bottlings are the greatest expression of what this vineyard has to offer. Rich and intense, the integrity of the fruit and the oak make for an amazing drinking experience. Our Logan Chardonnay and Pinot Noir is an excellent expression of the fruit and the flavor of this place with a little bit more oak to balance that greater intensity. Our Cayley Hart Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are the purest expressions of fruit from the property with just a little bit of oak to balance that fruit. For a 100% Santa Lucia Highlands Chardonnay, estate grown, this represents one of the best values in the entire world of wine. Talbott Vineyards has been part of my history and my family's celebration over many, many years. As the winemaker of Talbott Vineyards, I not only look forward to continuing the great legacy, but building upon it going into the future.